You need a friend to encourage you. Listen to Christiana Bamidele. Issues of life is disturbing you. Listen to Christiana Bamidele. Be encouraged. Be encouraged.
Oh yes, and then we have the river. The river is a place of flow and transition, is a stage rather of flow and transition. And you know, there is no transition that is easy, like completely easy. The transition or the change can be a new job, a new environment, a new location, a new relationship, a new addition to the family. You know, it can be in any form. It's a stage of transition, and at that point it's not going to be so easy, and it depends on the kind of personality we all have as the human capacity that we have, according to our human capacity rather. So it may be easy for some people, it may not be so easy for some people, but the most important thing, again, even at this stage of life, is to trust God to take you through that process. When it feels so overwhelming, do you remember to go back to God and to ask Him for help? Because you cannot do it all by your power. No one can prevail by their own power or strength. But God has promised never to leave nor forsake us. He said, when you go through waters, I will be with you. When you go through this, whatever stage you are going through in life, God has promised to be with us. And so drawing into that strength that God has in store for us is important, even at this stage. Even as lovely and wonderful it may be at the beginning, or exciting to go on this new journey, but at some point you will realize that this change maybe is taking a toll on you, or is taking a lot from you, and at that point reach out to God, because He will always be there for us. Okay, so and then we have finally the island, the place of isolation and reflection. At this stage of life, that is when you feel all alone. That is when you feel that even though you're surrounded by people, maybe even in their multitudes, and you still feel all alone. You feel that you're alone every time, even though people are still talking to you, or you're living with other people in an apartment, but you still feel alone. It is God trying to get your attention, trying to isolate you from the noise around you, so that He can speak to you. He can tell you some particular information that you will need, either for the present season of your life or for the ones to come. It happened to Apostle John in the Bible, and that was when God isolated him to an island, took him to an island. That was when he was able to write the book of Revelations in the Bible. That wonderful text that tells us a glimpse of heaven, of how heaven looks like. And so if God is isolating you at that point, it's because you've been so busy and you haven't been having so much time to hear Him. And He knows that the instructions He's about to pass, they are very paramount. They are important for you to get it clearly. So when God is taking you through that time, it is not because He wants you to be isolated, or He is so wicked, and no, it's because He has a particular information. So it's for you to recognize it, to discern, to be discerning in the spirit, and know that God is trying to say something like this. And so at that point, you isolate yourself from every noise and hear clearly from God, hear from Him alone. Don't go about trying to find out from others that, do you think this is what God is saying? It needs your attention. It needs your attention at that time. It may require you to set some days apart for prayer and fasting according to the lead of the Holy Spirit. All right. So, but the island is when you're isolated and you need to reflect, especially because God needs your attention. So in conclusion, all of these stages that we have just mentioned do not come in a particular order. So do not expect them to come in a particular order. But what is very important is for you to trust God as you go through any of the stages that you are right now with God, trusting God that He is making you go through them for a purpose, and trusting Him for the, let Him go take you through the process. Trust Him enough that His purpose will surely come to pass. If you're not going through the stage with God, through any of these stages with God, that is when people come out with wounds, with hurt, and blaming themselves, always scars. All right, but if you trust God enough to take you through the process, you will see that in the end, it is all for a reason, and that reason will surely be fulfilled because He is God and is a master planner. That you can be assured of. All right, if you have been blessed, go ahead and share this video with everyone around you, and make sure they are blessed as well. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Share, like, comment, and let me hear from you. I will always want to hear from others as well. Till I see you next time, stay encouraged, stay blessed. Know for sure that God is always there for you and is always with you, no matter where you are in the stage of life. God bless you and have a wonderful week.